Well, here we are today in beautiful Sydney overlooking the harbour. Most importantly, we've had a gathering of business leaders in the chartered accounting family. We touched on the concepts of loyalty. We understood that we are actually in a much more mobile workforce than ever before. And how do we, as employers and business leaders, grow and develop talent to ensure not only the prosperity for our profession as chartered accountants, but certainly for our countries as well.
Topic of the debate was selfishness and has it changed over the years? And I think there was a lot of interesting points made. I think jumping to the conclusion first, I think people sort of thought that it had changed, but not up or down, it was just different.
Probably self-centred might be a better way of putting it. Everybody's probably on a spectrum of selfishness anyway, and I don't think you want to be entirely selfless in an organisation. I think that leads to troubles. So I don't think selfish is quite the right word, no.
Millennials or people of my generation have challenged the status quo or been enablers of disruptive behaviour, and I think the biggest piece of advice I can give someone is do that in a professional and a trustworthy approach.
I was thinking of millennials initially as selfish, but I think as using that term, but probably actually there's a whole wide range of it. I mean, I'm actually on maternity leave at the moment. Some people would think that that's a selfish thing to want to have a flexible work policy. So it does apply to the whole workforce, I think.
I think the debate around selfishness and age and generation was a really interesting one. There may be a perception in parts of the community that selfishness is a young person's attitude and belief and game. What came out of the discussions was that there were some very mixed views around that, and that quite often people were saying that selfishness is something that's inherent in all of us, irrespective of our age, and we shouldn't necessarily pin it on a younger generation.
To my mind, is conflating selfishness with loyalty. And I think loyalty is something that the generation coming through now is wary of offering because they have seen that the corporate world has not been loyal probably to their parents and others.
I guess building up and reinforcing loyalty, for me, you can't force someone to be loyal. I think what's important in this day and age is you need someone to be really committed to your brand, to the company values, and make sure that it aligns with their core values.
I think what was really interesting was the question of being selfish made me think about the whole question of ethics. And whilst generally I think that being selfish is not necessarily the best attribute to have, I think when it comes to matters of ethics, it's absolutely vital, because each person has only got one reputation, their own reputation. And if they don't jealously guard that reputation, then it could well be gone. So that was a new take on selfish, that you really need to protect your reputation.